right, whenever you're ready.
And action. Off we go. Welcome to Here's Your Freaking Podcast with the JLNKShow. As always, you can stay up to date on all things JLNK by heading over to JLNKShow.com. What are we going to cover on the podcast today? We're going to learn a new dating term. It's called stack dating.
Oh.
I hope that means you stack up the chicks. I got so many chicks, I got to stack them like firewood. That's probably not it. We'll talk about the lies that all of us get told almost every day, and we believe them. There's some sort of a weird shock to it when you realize that people lie to you. I don't know why.
Are you talking like white lies, or are you talking like really lies? Like, no, I like you just fine.
No, these aren't white lies, but they're not huge lies. Like, I'm not cheating on you. They're somewhere in the middle.
All right. You're doing a fine job. Great job. No, you're good at that.
We'll find some uncomfortable stuff you have to do to make sure you don't get divorced later. We've got a fun peace story that we'll get to. And then we've got a guy who he set his lady friend on fire. Very uncomfortable story also. Let's begin right here, though. If you're a fella and you're taking the Ozempic, perhaps you've noticed that your pecker's getting bigger.
Hey, I didn't know it was a side effect.
We've heard about all the side effects that women are experiencing because of the Ozempic. We don't hear many about dudes. Well, some dudes are noticing that their dongs are getting longer, better, more attractive, handsomer,
smoother.
Overweight guys who have gained weight right above the belt, right? So then they start in on the Ozempic, and then what happens? You start losing that belly.
Oh, yeah.
What are you able to do once that belly starts shrinking a little bit?
See more of your penis.
Leading some guys to believe that their penis is getting bigger. I have bad news. The weight loss in that area creates an optical illusion that the penis has actually gotten bigger.
Oh,
bad news.
It's the same penis you had.
It has not gotten bigger.
Oh.
You're just seeing more of it. That's so sad. Honey, does it seem like my dick's getting bigger? Yeah, totally.
I think it's getting bigger. I'm pretty sure it's getting huge.
That goes into the lie conversation we'll have here in a second. Yeah, totally. Your dong is it's a capital D now. Uh-huh. What is stack dating?
Is that dating more than one person at a time?
Every month we learn more and more new, every couple of months we get a new dating term that we're fascinated by. Now it's called stack dating. Many of us too busy for our own good. We have packed schedules, multiple jobs. Some people have to schedule time for meeting new people. Stack dating, well, this must be just for good-looking people. Stack dating is having multiple dates over the course of the day.
In one day?
A coffee date at 7, and then a dinner date at 8:30, a meal with someone else. It's a trend that no doubt existed before.
Slow down there, Playboy.
But now that social media has gotten wind of it, they decided they obviously have to tack it with something clever, right?
God, that's wild.
Therein lies your stacking the dates. As with all dating trends, there's good and bad that come along with stack dating, according to the experts.
What if date one runs long and you're having a blast and you really all of a sudden don't care about date number 2, but you got to go because you made the commitment?
I got to go. I have another date.
I got to wrap this up.
That's not going to do good things. That's not going to work out well.
She's like, what could you possibly have going on? We're having a great time. You're like, well, there's another woman I'm about to go converse with.
They say dating multiple people can clue you in to patterns and reveal who you really are. It can also be a plus. I think it would always be a plus. They say it's a plus if you're the type of person that falls in love or gets attached too quickly by just being fast enough to provide some sort of perspective.
Oh, so if you have a whole bunch of people, you're not going to jump into one because there might be a couple.
I'm in love with everybody now. It's hard to narrow it down.
J. Kyle on YouTube says, this makes sense. Take the boring bitch on the coffee date. The no stop sign one to dinner.
Uh-huh. They say there's a lot of pressure. They say with multiple dates, there's less pressure and lower need to take things seriously at first. They do say if you are socially awkward, it's a great opportunity for you to boost your people skills.
Well, I could be an embarrassment to myself in front of 2 or 3 people in the course of a day instead of just one.
Also, if it's going sideways, that gives you an opportunity to get out of there, right? Sometimes we don't get out of conversation. We don't get out of a situation because, one, we don't know how to, and two, we're not really motivated to. If you know that you're having a bad time with one girl, but there's another girl an hour and a half in your future, that'll motivate you to wrap things up.
I'm also with Andrew. You can't remember the stuff about your single girlfriend, let alone being able to keep straight. What kind of information if I was dating multiple people?
Yeah, forget that. They do
and
say,
you're like, last week, remember when coffee was great? You're like, oh my God.
Well, I mean, I had coffee. I assumed you had coffee too. I assumed your coffee was great too. The downside, however, they say quick dates don't give you much time to form a real connection. They say little subtle personality habits that will eventually become red flags take longer to expose themselves. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, but conversely, your giant pile of terrible doesn't become fully apparent for a while.
They also say juggling multiple people can give you a form of dating paralysis, making it difficult to make a logical evaluation on who might be the best fit for you.
Oh, yeah, you might say, well, they're all pretty good. I don't know who to pick right now, so I'll just continue to date all of them.
If I could just combine all 6 of you into one girl, it would be the perfect girl.
Could you imagine being single and dating 3 people at once?
I'm sure women love to hear that, too. If I could just take you and like 2 other girls and smush you into one great girl.
If I could take your personality, your titties, put them all into one package.
Yeah. Here's the lies that everybody tells you and you accept without question, according to the experts. We buy this one all the time. Actually, I don't know if we buy this lie. We don't want to fucking push back against it, though, because it might open up a huge can.
Oh, how are you doing?
I'm totally fine. Okay. Yep.
Good.
That's good to hear.
Good.
That's right. You fine as hell.
Because if you dig a little bit deeper, you might find out,
everything is not
terrible,
okay.
and now I'm involved in this person's story.
Oh, man, I hear this one all the time. Little lies that everybody tells you and you accept without question. It'll only take a minute. I don't care if it's helping someone move or your wife getting her shit together so that you can go out and do something.
Has anything ever taken a minute ever?
I'm like, oh, you want to go? My wife's like, yeah, that'd be great. I said, all right, let's go. She, oh, wait a minute. It'll only take a minute. Might as well sit down with a snack.
Yep.
Lies we get told and we all believe. I didn't see your message.
I'm very careful when I acknowledge alerts on my phone because if I accidentally turn on some sort of a notification that I've seen it,
Red,
then I have to, like Facebook Messenger. Ugh.
I used to care about that stuff, but I don't anymore. If somebody can see that I read a message and I didn't reply, that's fine. I don't care anymore. In today's hyper-connected world, it's almost impossible not to see a message. A psychologist specializing in time management suggests that this behavior often stems from, my favorite word, procrastination.
I'll always sit back and say, I meant to get back to you, but I got sidetracked. I saw your text there, but there was also fantasy football alerts, so I had to deal with that first.
They say
I forgot.
By claiming ignorance of a message, people temporarily escape the responsibility of not responding. And here's a lie we tell ourselves and believe every time. I'll start tomorrow.
Always a tomorrow.
You know what? I think tomorrow works better for me. You know what? I can get up early and get after it. That's great.
If I keep kicking that tomorrow can down the road till about Wednesday or Thursday morning, then it becomes, next week.
What I
can't start anything new on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
What I like about the weekends is you know that you can start a project on Friday afternoon because you got dick all to do, right?
Yep.
What am I going to do on a Friday? We might go out to dinner. All right, that leaves me with like a 5-hour window. Whatever project that I have, I could easily start, get maybe a pretty good clip going. But I always tell myself, I could just get up and just get to work in the morning, right when I get up.
For some reason,
I'll start on this project.
If it's something new like that, I feel like I need to have an 8-9 hour uninterrupted window to really get into something, and I don't. You get distracted with dinner, have a few drinks on Friday, so you're like, I don't want to get started on this.
Here's a lie every single one of us have used. You may not have said it out loud, but you certainly clicked the box. I have read the terms and conditions. According to a published study, only about 1% of people actually read the agreement that they're agreeing to in full.
Those have got to be lawyers, right? Because they're into that kind of thing.
I don't know. you got to be a weird sort of a sadist to get into that shit.
You know what even annoys me is when you're agreeing to some terms, but they make you scroll to the bottom before it allows you to click that I agree to it.
So it's not even anymore that reading it is an inconvenience.
Scroll to the bottom.
That is also now become a big convenience. Inconvenience.
And I know legally what I'm doing is telling them that I haven't given them a record, that I scrolled through and read all this.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Have your way with me. I didn't read anything that was in here. Lies that people tell every day. I love it.
Oh, that's the lie?
Whether it's a new haircut or, grandma's casserole, I love it. Oh, why do we say that? Oh, this is sad.
Because you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings?
No, that's not it at all. The lie is often rooted in the desire to be liked.
Oh, if I did something new and Jason liked it, that means, he likes me.
Right. I don't know why that's so sad. Lies that we tell every day. I never got the invite.
It's funny. You've made me a little self-conscious about doling out some of those platitudes, because you always said for the longest time, if I ate a sandwich, it was either, the best sandwich I ever had, or it's the fucking worst thing I've ever put in my mouth.
Oh, yeah.
There cannot be, you can't love everything.
If anybody
so
tells
me. If your wife has a new haircut, you can't love every single haircut.
Yeah.
But you also can't say, I like it. It's nice.
Anytime somebody tells me, it was the best, I stop listening. If anybody tells me it was the worst, I stop listening. If somebody tells me it's like something they've never seen before, I stop listening every time, because I know you're overselling a story that isn't that good. That you're trying to spice it up. You're trying to create the interest by saying, it was the best ever. Everything can't be the best ever.
Plus, anymore, the worst of something, that's what gets me interested. I'm like, it was the worst you've ever seen? Mm-hmm. That was the worst you've ever had? Tell me more.
I find that hard to believe, and so I'm not listening anymore. Lies we tell every day. I'm too busy. I'm too busy. Claiming to be too busy is often socially acceptable. It's a great way to decline activities without commenting any further.
That's another one of those things that I hear Jason in the back of my head saying, are you busy with what? And I always have to say, well, I got stuff I want to get done.
I check myself on that all the time. When I'm like, I'm too busy to get that done. So then I'll run through an itemized list. I'm like, what am I too busy with? And most of the time, I can find time.
There's a big pile of things I'd like to do and get done. There's a very small, non-existent pile of things that have to be taken care of this moment.
And I also know the amount of time that I spend fucking around on either my phone or television or doing nothing, that if I eliminate that, I'm not too busy at all. I have tons of time.
If you eliminate the 3 hours after dinner I like to lay on the couch and do nothing, I have time for a variety of things.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and most of us do. The problem is we end up pushing things back so far and get started on things so late is because we spent most of our day dicking around. That's almost universally all of us. I'm so busy. Oh, how much time did you spend on TikTok today? Oh, just a little bit. It didn't take up much time. See, I don't believe that.
Just imagine when we're all retired and the emperor will realize they're wearing no clothes.
Oh.
Well, I'm very bad. I have nothing to do, and everyone knows it.
The lies that we all tell. Ooh, I'll get right back to you.
Oh, Jason on YouTube. I just blame it on my wife why we are so busy. I don't. My wife's got a lot of stuff going on. Having a spouse is great. Kids are great. Animals are great.
Oh yeah.
It's blame. I don't want a new pet. I want something to blame.
Lies we all tell. I'm almost there. So my wife uses this all the time. All right, on my way. I'm like, all right, tell me, describe on your way. Have you put shoes on yet? Have you left yet? Are you in the car? Are you more than halfway here? Explain to me what on the way means. According to my wife, is if she got out of bed that day, that means she's on her way to doing whatever it is she has to do that way.
Check your location. Oh, hey, my brother Jerome weighing in on the YouTube chat. What about I only had one? Only had one.
Oh, yeah.
Only had a couple. Couple, 2, 3. Couple, 1.
Here's a great one if you're married. The lies we tell every day. It was on sale. Nothing justifies a purchase, and the quote-unquote...
The money I saved!
You should see the money I saved. I don't see the money you saved. I see the money you spent. Yeah, but I got a great deal. Yeah, I know. But you're looking at imaginary money. I'm looking at the real money that went out the door.
Well, I know, but you're focusing on the wrong thing. It's the money I saved.
Right. You're trying.
It could have been so much worse than it is.
You're trying to sell me on imaginary money that blew in the window that doesn't really exist. Now, if you bought it and then they handed you $200, for some reason I can make friends with that.
A rebate.
Right. Oh, here's a lie we all tell every day, too. I forgot. I don't know. Very convenient.
The older I get, the more I'm finding that's not a lie. That's the truth. I forgot. I have room in my brain for 8 things at a time, and I couldn't. Sorry.
I told you 16 times. Yeah, I know, but I wasn't listening on those 16 times. Okay, I didn't listen 15 of those times, and then it did take once, but then I forgot. We all lie when we say we don't judge.
Oh, we judge everybody all the time. I try to correct my thought process. If I think something shitty about somebody, I'll stop and say, you know what? Chill out. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what their story is. Do it in traffic all the time like this fucking bitch. And then you get up there and somebody's grandmother. I'm like, wow, what a terrible person I am. Mm-hmm. Think better, Warren. Be better.
What is that TikTok? We listen and we don't judge. I listen and I judge.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing to do. I love to work up imaginary personalities and attach them to people about this is what kind of a dickhead they are.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, like when I'm at Kroger and I see somebody who is clearly having trouble moving on their own, but they have a shopping cart filled to the fucking brim with soda. I think terrible thoughts, but I think, well, maybe this is like they stock up for the year and this is their one soda buying trip and this is a whole year. I mean, that can't be true, but
I don't know. You had me a soda buying trip. Like, ooh, you can take a trip just to buy soda.
Well, you ever see like when the cart's full, but then they hang them around the side of the cart, so they've got like these 12 packs.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I saw a dude doing that not too long ago.
I need more room for the pizzas in the cart with the soda on the outside.
Yeah, they have like a 6-pack and they split it right in the middle of that. Yeah, hey, I thought that's fucking ingenious. I guess, when you got time to think about it. All right. Lies we tell every day. I don't need help. But we all need help.
How about this? I don't want help.
Yeah.
I will gladly suffer my own ignorance and inability before I reach out and ask for help. God.
All right, according to the experts, the good news is divorce rates are down from their peak in 1980. But obviously divorces still happen. Part of the reason why the divorce rates are down now is because less and less people are getting married. And since, people are getting older and more self-assured now that they're getting married than they were in past generations, you were just getting married because it was something you're supposed to do. Now we know that we don't have to get married, right?
Like, I'm pretty sure if I got married when I was 20, I would have been divorced by now.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah, I would have been divorced 3 times.
That third time, you're like, it's not a big deal. I came home and she ate the last Oreo. That's fucking it. I'm done.
I can't believe I keep picking the wrong girls.
Your bar for splitting up after you've done it once or twice, you're like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, sometimes I see these people that get married multiple times, and everybody says divorce is so hard. But some people do it so many times that I'm thinking it might not be that hard.
Do you have
if they're willing to keep doing it, get married again and again and again, then I don't think divorce is that difficult.
What not bothers me, but I do wonder is if you get divorced 3 times, are you giving up half your stuff every one of those 3 times? So it's like you get a half, then a quarter, then an eighth is what you have left of what you originally started with?
It just slowly whittles down. Here's what the experts recommend. Things you can do today that will prevent a divorce later. Fortunately, some of these are really great. Unfortunately, some of these things are hard because you have to communicate and you have to make yourself vulnerable. Do a daily check-in. We get busy, right? Set aside a few moments every day to share your day, your thoughts, and your feelings with your partner.
I feel like shit.
Yeah. Yeah, as soon as I start in on something like that, I'm like, I've had this cold thing that I can't figure out which direction it wants to go. I got this thing in my chest. I'm coughing up this stuff.
Make an appointment.
Like a bottle of Elmer's glue. Like if you unscrew the top.
Yeah.
And it's all clumpy in there. It's like I'm coughing that stuff up here for the past couple of days. I can't figure out what's going on. By that time, my wife has already checked out. She's like, "Did you take ibuprofen?"
Acetaminophen?
No. Well, then obviously you don't care about getting better. That's her other thing. Did you take any medicine for it? No, I don't take a lot of medicine. Well, then you don't care about getting better.
When's the last time you took medicine for any kind of a brief sickness like the one you're going through
None.
clearly right now?
None.
I don't either, man. I just ride it out. I'm like, well, hope it's gone by the weekend.
It's because, and again, this is, I think this probably speaks volumes about me, is because I've learned to live with what's in my chest right now. Whenever I take cold medicine, whatever it is, it moves it to a different part of my body. Like, it'll go from my chest, and then I'll wake up in the morning, and then all of a sudden, it's a head thing. Like, it'll clear out my chest, but then it goes to my head. Or if it's in my head, then it goes to my chest. Cold medicine just seems to move the cold around in my body. So I figure that the criminal that I know, which is in my chest, is better than the criminal I don't know. I've gotten used to what's in my chest. I don't want to have to try to acclimate myself to a head cold next.
I feel like that if I start getting myself reliant on medicine to get me through the little things now, that when I need my body to react to medicine when I have the big things, it's going to be like, we're fucking over this. Look how strong we are. No pill will work on us. I'm keeping it, susceptible to medicine.
Yeah, they're like, you have cancer and you have to go through chemo, and then my body says, no, you know what? We did ibuprofen for years, so we're done. Listen for real.
What do they call that? Active listening?
Yeah. There's a difference between listening to someone and hearing someone. Interactive conversations are far more effective than the yeah, type stuff that we've been regulated to. Stuff like, well, you must not want to get better. Things you should do today so you don't get divorced later. Connect through touch. Every relationship has down moments. Affectionate touches on the reg can keep those times down. I don't know, what does that mean? Like a handshake? Maybe a shoulder tap? Maybe a little elbow squeeze?
What would you do if you walked in the house today? You gave your wife a firm handshake.
She reaches out her hand. She's like, how was your day? It's good to see you.
We're going to close this deal or what?
I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here.
Yeah. What's it going to take to get you at the dinner table tonight?
Bring it in, bro. Bring it in. How was your day? Here's the one that sucks. You have to show vulnerability. Sometimes people, especially dudes, keep those deeper concerns, feelings, and fears inside. Sometimes to avoid burdening their partner. Other times, well, most of the time, you just want to fucking talk about it, right? Because if I start talking about it, this conversation could go on for a long time, right? I have television I want to watch. Mm-hmm. I probably have a snack that's waiting for me.
I'm so busy. I can't get into all this.
I can't sit down for a half-hour serious conversation. No way. You have to have non-negotiable date nights. Calendar's pretty full, but how often is it just the two of you without other commitments? Prioritize it. Either do it once a week, once a month. You should probably do it more than once a month. That seems
light.
Yeah. Yeah, we used to have a thing on date night too with my wife and I. We weren't allowed to talk about the kids. That was really hard. But now that the kids are older and they're, they have like real life stuff going on. Now we've dropped that whole, don't talk about the kids things.
I imagine when they're younger, everybody's super active. It's probably a lot to stop and say, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Did you almost do it? You're like, bleh.
Own your crap. Nobody's perfect. You're going to screw up at some point. Don't deflect. Don't blame. Don't make excuses. Grow up and own it. Oh, come on, man. Why you got to be like that? It was me the whole time. It was me.
That's me. That's on me.
I can't imagine saying that out loud. That's terrible.
It doesn't cost anything to just raise your hand and say, yeah, I fucked up. That was me. Every once in a while, it's okay to take the L.
I don't worry about that. I'm worried about the response from whoever I'm telling it to.
Yeah, I knew you'd fuck it up.
I'm afraid that, they're going to taunt me or, it's going to be like, I failed to intercept that, I failed to defend that 90-yard pass that was caught for a tackle on the 1-yard line. They're still going to get up even though they didn't get the touchdown, and they're going to taunt you.
Yep.
They're going to fuck with you, and they're going to let everybody know that they got the best of you. That's my big fear.
I guess that's something when you think of NFL terms. In terms of an office job, you have a colossal fuck-up, and then somebody stands up and makes fun of you for it in front of everybody, and everybody half the people in the stadium laugh and laugh. You screwed up at your job today.
It's like that poor guy that kicked the turf.
Yeah.
That poor guy's taking a beating today.
You literally have one job is to kick the ball, and you didn't even do that.
Yeah. Better luck next time, Charlie Brown.
Did he hurt his ankle?
It looked painful as hell. Maybe that's just because we're huge pussies, but that looked painful.
But imagine running as fast as you can and then taking a huge kick at the fucking dirt.
Yeah. All right, we'll wrap on these two. A New Hampshire woman is going to jail after she was convicted of putting pee in produce. She's on OnlyFans under the name Kinky Kelly. That's Kinky with an I and Kelly with an I.
Oh, that's just like Clerks 2.
She was seen, peeing on supermarket shelves. And it says all over a Marriott hotel.
Is it sexist to me that I think women peeing on things is way grosser than dudes peeing on things?
I don't know what that is, but it's not wrong.
Like, it seems sexist, I think. But if a guy takes a piss on something, not a big deal. He's kind of equipped to do that. But if a woman does it, it seems very gross.
There's more
like ew.
There's more work involved, and they're peeing like they mean it. Like a guy can just he can whip it out and pee anywhere. It's not a big deal. We've all peed in alleys. We've peed against buildings. We've peed off decks. We've peed in urinals and toilets.
Courses.
You name it. We've peed. To me, it seems like there's a lot. It's a lot more involvement for a woman to pee. And
like if a buddy says to you on the golf course, I'm gonna go there and take a piss, you're like, cool. If a woman you were golfing with said, I'm gonna walk over there and take a piss, you'd be like, wow, that's so aggressive.
Even a woman saying take a piss. There's something I gotta
hit the fucking head
about pulling the curtain back. You're seeing it's something that you're not supposed to see.
I mean, I'm sure they say it. It's just
I doubt they do.
I bet women say take a piss.
I cannot imagine any scenario where my wife, whoever she was talking to, I can imagine her saying.
What if she was with a group of all of her girlfriends?
Would never
no guys around.
No, I guarantee you she wouldn't say that.
She's like, slams her for a beer. Oh, I gotta take a piss real quick.
Right. Authorities say she was pulling the stunts, obviously for her OnlyFans page. Her OnlyFans page, Kinky Kelly, by the way, $15 a month on OnlyFans. Explicit videos of the woman remain online, including one clip showing her urinating on new undergarments in a clothing store changing room. Basically, she pees on stuff, and then the boner comes from knowing that someone else is going to have to deal with the pee.
Like Jay Kyle asks, what's wrong with the little squirt broccoli? That's disgusting. Wash your produce, America.
And we'll wrap on this guy. His name is Patrick. He's been arrested, accused of trying to set a woman on fire. Now, what scenario could you imagine that you would want to set a woman on fire?
I couldn't.
She wouldn't get him a beer. According to the statement from the unidentified victim, he made the threat, then followed up on it. Give me a beer or I'll burn you alive. I don't know what the exact threat was.
That seems pretty severe.
He made good on it, though. She wouldn't get off the couch, so he doused her in rubbing alcohol and the couch where she was sitting, and then he lit it. Good news is the woman was able to remove her shirt before she experienced any physical injuries. Obviously, the next step was to call police. Tyson is the guy's last name. He was arrested on multiple charges, including felony first-degree arson. They got him on an arson.
Wah, wah. You lit a lady on fire. A lady fire.
Should it be an attempted murder? I wouldn't be more comfortable with that.
I thought it was attempted murder and arson.
No, they got him for assault and felony first-degree arson. The assault, luckily the assault is assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill.
Which is the fire, okay.
Yeah, that makes it better. All right. So there you go. There's the podcast for this week. As always, stay up to date. All things JLNK by heading over to JLNKShow.com, and we'll see you next Tuesday.